Hello. In today's video, I will talk about the Three of Swords. So, the Three of Swords, it's a tricky card for me. Heartbreak, the card of heartbreak. So this card, we're talking about the family, the Buddha family karma. The element is air or the wind. The suit is the suit of swords. We're in the minor arcana, and so we're talking about daily life or temporary situations. And this particular card is the card that brought it home that this experience of co-creating these cards was more than an art project or more than, some external study of the tarot. The first card that kind of brought home to me that it wasn't something that I was doing, that it was something that was being co-created, was the Sun card of the Major Arcana. And that card, if you listen to my videos, my earlier videos, you will know that that card was like this card that really brought it home that the cards were speaking, that it was far beyond me what was happening in the cards. The Three of Swords helped me to connect in with this way of being in the world that was far beyond this natural, physical, tangible way of being in the world. The Two of Swords came, I worked with that, the energy of it I didn't fully feel until I started working on the three, or the transition between the two and the three. So, I'm going to tell you the story of how this card came about, and it was the most difficult card to complete. It took me several weeks to complete it. I think it is the card that took the longest out of the entire deck for me to complete. I couldn't approach it. I was heartbroken, and I couldn't complete the card. I took a break from the deck. I took a break from, I sometimes went back to do minor changes to the earlier cards, but I couldn't move forward when I got to this card. So, prior to starting the artwork, I had this very good friend and who was also a lover. And one day I had gone to the laundromat and walked past this woman, and I felt his essence all over her. And it was this feeling like it wasn't the woman in particular, but there was something about this woman that reminded me of my then friend and lover. I got home and I contacted him asking if he was in love with a blonde-haired woman, because the woman was blonde-haired and something about her was like screaming his name. He played games on the phone, like, what do you mean by in love and all of this, and I found out at that time that he had been seeing this woman for months and was in love with her, and they were moving in together. Something he failed to tell me about. And his excuse for that was he hadn't had the time. And so they had been seeing each other for months. They had been seeing each other long enough that they were in love and planning on moving in together. And he didn't find it necessary to tell me. And so, having been his friend for at that point, I guess it was close to 12 years. I was devastated. I was totally devastated. I felt betrayed. I felt like I was heartbroken. You know, the last conversation that he and I had about relationship was that he didn't want to be in a relationship, in a committed relationship. And so it was like this heartbreak that was just, it was devastating. And I felt this card so fully and completely as I was going through this experience, to the point that I was unable to continue with the artwork. I was unable to continue with the project because it was so heartbreaking. All of that to say, one of the beautiful things about this card is it is working with heartbreak. And if you allow yourself into the space of the heartbreak, it is about healing. It's about allowing yourself to break, you know, so much that your heart breaks open and that you can heal from that place. Initially, I was not ready for the healing part. I was probably stuck more in the neurotic or reversed quality of this card and this energy, where it's like this devastation, heartbreak, and this inability to face the heartbreak enough to go through it to the other side into healing. And so this is the card of heartbreak in its wisdom state. It's like it's working with the broad sight of karma, and because of that broad sight, you get to see what's really going on. And so it's like this broad sight reveals this like hurtful, painful, devastating truth. And that's what this card is about. It's about that quality. It's about like this revelation of this truth that brings this pain and heartache and difficulty. Yeah, that's the Three of Swords. Again, its reversed position is like this resistance to facing the heartbreak, and this, you know, finding ways to distract oneself from it and finding ways to try and avoid it rather than actually facing the truth and going through it and, you know, working with it and healing and recovering. It's like this resistance to it. I think that's all I want to say about this card for now. In the next video, I will talk about the Four of Swords. Thank you for joining me. I look forward to talking to you again soon.